likenesses.
You literally scratched it. It was like, okay, start over.
Started from scratch. And yeah, the artists and engineers back at EA Canada did a fabulous job getting the technology in place to make fabulous looking boxer models. I'm sure you can see on screen. Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali look fantastic. The musculature. And the really cool thing is that when they're moving, the muscles are flexing in real time. It just makes them, brings them to life.
But that's the thing that makes it so realistic. The other thing that I loved, what I heard you guys talk about, is that these are their actual measurements.
Yes.
I mean, Muhammad Ali has a longer reach, and Mike Tyson is better on the inside. So when you punch, you're actually going to feel that when you're playing this game.
Totally.
Now, tell us a little about the photo game face.
Well, Photo Game Face is a feature for Create a Boxer, so you can use the USB camera on your console, take a picture of your face, creates your face in the game, or take a picture with your regular digital camera, upload it to EA Sports World, and make a face from that.
You can box Tyson.
I can make myself and get beat to a pulp by Mike Tyson.
I heard you guys try to put me in the game, but apparently
that was some. It doesn't, because there's no female boxers in the game. So it's
what about Oscar De La Hoya? He's kind of feminine looking.
I'm not touching that one.
He's pretty.
He's a gorgeous man.
He's a pretty man.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were just talking about the physics of it. How realistic were you able to get in terms of punches, knockouts, inside fighting? Because the thing is, before, Mike Tyson's really good on the inside, but in older games, once you get on the inside, you can't. They don't really know what you're doing.
We couldn't get any closer than this.
It couldn't do. So what did you guys do?
Well, I mean, the collision detection allows the guys to get head to head, chest to chest, and just throw punches on the inside. So that allows Muhammad Ali to keep a guy at the end of his jab and fight from the outside just like he would in real life. And Mike Tyson needs to weave, get in close, and throw those hooks and uppercuts.
And they're going to be able to count those punches when he's on the inside
instead
of just going, he's on the inside. And now, Fight Night's boxing gameplay has always been second to none, but what else have you done to improve it?
Well, we definitely took an approach of trying to make it a little bit more realistic than the predecessors. So, for example, one of the big things we focused on was boxing's a sport about make the guy miss and make him pay.
Yeah.
It's not a sport about
punch, punch, punch.
Yeah, not a sport about punch, punch, punch. And it's not about smacking a guy's hand into the air and kind of freezing him for 3 seconds and then hitting 5 punches of your own. So, defense in Fight Night Round 4 takes timing. If you throw a punch at me, I have to make you miss in an instant, and then I can counter back. Don't get scared, sorry.
No.
So it's all about making the guy miss and making him pay using timing and more realistic simulation.
Do you guys take into equation, like, boxers getting tired?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because that's the thing, too. When you make them run, they throw those punches, they're getting more tired.
Yeah, if you just flail away and throw punches without trying to place them and set them up, you're going to get tired and gassed, and then your opponent's punches are going to do more damage.
What I love is when you punch, you can actually see the ripple of the face. You actually get to see, it's like when we've been seeing all these race games of the cars getting in crashes, you see what happens to them. We actually get to see that with the boxers, too, what would actually happen to their bodies. Now, Tyson and Ali, they're fighting right now. They're on the cover of Round 4. Can you tell us anybody else we're going to see in the game? Besides me, I'm not in it.
Yeah, that's a shame, but the biggest roster that Fight Night's ever had, 48 guys in total. Some of the greatest legends of all time, Tyson Ali, George Foreman, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Julio Cesar Chavez, and some great up-and-comers like Victor Ortiz, current champions like Shane Mosley and Manny Pacquiao, pound for pound king.
Pacquiao! Anybody, some Pacquiao fans? Where are my agents at? Pacquiao. All right, now how noticeably different will each fighter style be? Because that is the interesting thing. Like, Pacquiao just goes, like, he can go nonstop, and then he is the man. My little Asian's back here. So can you see the fighting style?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's something we focused on, making sure, number one, like you said, the proportions, height and reach makes a difference. And Pacquiao is just blistering fast in this game. And able to move side to side and jump in with hooks and uppercuts. So we definitely try and make the guys, if they're southpaw, they're southpaw. If they're tall and have reach, they got that. If they're inside fighters, they fight like that. They push and shove like a guy like Ricky Hatton tried to, but
yeah, Ricky Hatton. Yeah. But the best thing about this is that you're playing the guys. You figured out the specs on these guys and you put in the game, so we actually get to fight it out.
Yeah.
Some thought, I have to say, some thought on the forums I was reading around that the AI, the artificial intelligence, in round 3 was a little too easy. So that's not me, that's some people.
Nope.
Yeah, Adam Sessler made me say some people. I don't want to put that on me.
Some people are saying.
Some people are saying. So what have you done to make that better?
Well, as with the gameplay engine, the AI engine is completely written as well. We have what we call the real AI.
Do you agree
system.
that it was a little too easy?
I think that there's times that once you got good at the game, you could knock the heck out of the...
Along with everything else, you just started from the ground up.
Start from scratch with a new adaptive AI system. We call it real AI. And that stands for record, evaluate, adapt, and learn. That's what the AI does.
Okay.
So by record, we actually recorded the behaviors of the AI. So as opposed to sort of typing it in with math, myself and other producers, we played the game as Mike Tyson, and we recorded that so that in the game he'll act like Mike Tyson. but then he adapts based on what you're doing. So if you're trying to keep him on the outside.
So you made the AI its own boxer, basically.
Exactly.
So just the way that you put Mike Tyson and Ali together, you put the AI just as another boxer.
Yep.
Now, multiplayer, can we expect anything online World Championship mode?
Well, that's what you can expect, online World Championships.
there
That's
it
the
is.
new feature for Fight Night Round 4, and it's definitely for people that really want to, put up or shut up. So we have ranked and unranked head-to-head for, the casual people, but online World Championships is about creating a boxer, putting your hat in the ring, and trying to get to the top and win the belt. And if you win that belt, you're the world champion, and you need to defend it against everybody else in the world, and they're going to be gunning for you.
Now, we've got to wrap, but I got to say, Adam Sessler, I've never heard the guy talk so much about sweat in my life. Apparently you've got something really cool about sweat.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the visuals in the game are physics-driven, so the sweat and the spit and the blood is all driven by physics, so it looks different every single time. It's like I said to Adam, it's like a snowflake, a beautiful snowflake.
A beautiful snowflake.
A spit flake, if you will.
A spit flake. So when can we get into the ring?
June 25th.
I like that, you guys. We got an actual date. June 25th. Brian, thank you so much for letting us punch people. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Great work on this game. Now let's send it over to Kristen and Morgan.
Thanks, guys. This summer, Geeks Are Wild as 4 young geniuses take Vegas by storm in G4's newest original series, 2 months, 2 million.
These math whizzes go all in with their own money, and they have one goal in mind, to play online poker to win $2 million in 2 months. It's a high-risk gamble you won't want to miss.
That's right. Now, complicating their task are all the temptations found in their new Las Vegas lifestyle. The money, the women. I heard there's women in Las Vegas. And, of course, they have a massive mansion.
Will they win it all or lose everything trying? Find out on G4's new original series, 2 months, 2 million, coming in August, only on G4 TV. Check it out. 2m2mm.com for details.
All right, when G4's coverage of E309 Live continues, we're going to try to max out our star power when we check out Guitar Hero 5.
And later we'll find out whether or not there's a glass ceiling for sexy lady assassins when we demo Wet, a new shooter from Bethesda. Stick around, guys.
Oh, it's so good, Sessler. It feels so good. It's so good. Yay, say scream again. The power. All right, welcome back to E309 Live. Now, there was a time when playing a guitar and singing at a party was pretty sad. Yes, that was the time we called BGH, which was before Guitar Hero. But now people are rocking out with various parts of their bodies at social gatherings around the world, some which I've asked Adam not to rock out with, especially on my leather couch.
But I know it's in my blood. Activision, they're back with a new Guitar Hero, and Allison Hayslip has the latest.
With Activision's customizable Guitar Hero 5, players can finally rock the way they want to. All right, so tell me about this game, because, I mean, we all know Guitar Hero, and it's all very solid, but what's new to this table?
Yeah, well, this year we really wanted to focus on accessibility. So we have this new mode called Party Play. And it basically allows you to load up a playlist of up to 128 songs that you've saved, best party playlist, and it's also compatible with World Tour downloadable content. So you have tons of songs available. You can load up the playlist, and the game just runs in like the stage performance. It's like an interactive jukebox. Anyone can walk up, grab a guitar, push one button, jump right in without going through any like menus or complicated, stuff. It's really cool, and like you can drop in, other people can join you, any instrument combination as well. So if you want to just jump in as 4 singers, 4 drummers, 3 guitarists and a singer, anything, and the music never stops. So that's a really cool feature.
When you had your demo on the stage, that people were flipping in and out, people were changing instruments, and yet the song never failed.
Yeah, in that mode in Party Play, you can't fail either. So it's also great for like when you have your family over and like play with your kid or play with your mom and they don't understand how to press green.
And they're horrible.
Yeah, just getting out of menus can be complicated, so it's just great. Just one button, everyone's in. It's fun to play, it's cool.
Now this is all compatible compatible with all the other Guitar Hero stuff, right? Like I have Guitar Hero World Tour, so I can just pop this disc in and play with that.
Yeah, all your instruments are compatible. So you can use those. You can use any instruments you really want.
And how about songs?
Yeah, we have 85 songs in the game. I think it's our best set list ever. A lot of indie bands as well as metal bands and funk and even disco we have represented in the game. So we've got a lot of genres there.
Can you give me some of the major bands?
Sure, yeah, new bands, Kings of Leon, Vampire Weekend. Well, we finally got the White Stripes in the game, Tom Petty, Stevie Wonder, even Elton John's in the game. It's a good variety.
So when's it going to be available?
Guitar Hero 5 is available this fall.
Just in time for the holiday season?
Absolutely.
Awesome, I'll be looking forward to it.
So what did I think would be the hottest game here at E3? You know, I have a toss between Bioshock 2, Halo ODST, and God of War 3.
Well, that narrows the field down to 3.
Yeah, from like so many. I mean,
completely unrelated choices.
I've never seen this many games.
Yeah, I think out of that list, I have to go with God of War 3.
Out of that list,
yes.
I would go with God of War 3.
I mean, Bioshock, amazing game. Halo ODST, also an amazing game. But I mean, God of War just so visceral, and I mean, really, it's pushing the PS3 to a place I haven't seen yet.
Just with as we even saw in Fight Night Round 4, but when you have that real muscle structure in the body, it lends that visceral quality and that level of satisfaction for everything you do.
And when you see the actual insides of a creature spilling out all over your character in the game map, you have to get a little giddy.
After watching Fantasia, I thought centaurs were filled with flowers and bunnies.
There's no glitter and rainbows inside.
There's lots of mucus and innards.
Little giblets.
Yeah, so I really wanted to see that discussion. What's in our centaurs?
Well, we found out.
Yes. All right, so I think God of War 3. Right now, Mass Effect 2 just saw the demo, and I'm going crazy about it.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Right now, though, we're going to go over to Miss Olivia Munn.
Thanks, guys. This is Megan. She's a booth babe. I asked my producers what we're going to do with Megan right now, and they said nothing. She's just here to look pretty for you, so enjoy while I talk. Now, earlier in the show, we asked you which actor should play Sam Fisher in a Splinter Cell movie. Good posing. Assuming women's votes only count as 2/3 of a man's, the current leader is George Clooney with 44%. Good choice. Zac Efron still great in 17 again. Kevin. When E3, oh, she has a boyfriend. Do you see that? Shut that down. He likes that. When E3 Live 09 continues, we get wet. Kind of like the first 3 rows at SeaWorld, except not really at all. It's a new acrobatic shooter from Bethesda, and we'll demo it right after this quick break. Don't move. Kevin, come on. We can get her to break up with her boyfriend.
Significant few days in gaming are taking place right here. It's kind of like the Olympics, but with less underage Chinese gymnasts and human growth hormone.
That's the best analogy
allegedly
yet, Kevin. Our next title pulled off the video game equivalent from Returning from the Dead. Wet was almost killed during the Activision Vivendi merger, but thankfully, like a good zombie, sprang back to life.
All right, let's do another world premiere hands-on and meet Ruby, the game's acrobatic gunslinger with a penchant for slaughter.
All right, now joining us on stage, creative director Patrick Fortier, and the voice of Ruby, you know her from Dollhouse and many other television shows, is Eliza Dushku. Thank you so much for both of you to be dropping by.
Thank you guys for coming here. Eliza, you play the lead Ruby.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about your character in the game.
A penchant for slaughter? Is that what you said?
That's what we.
A penchant for slaughter.
That's what we use. Yes. How do you channel penchant for slaughter when you're voicing a character? Wait, what dark place do you go to for that?
You know, to me, from the beginning, it was a working class Lara Croft in a way, and when they brought the character to me, she was already sort of established, and I loved her tats, I loved her attitude, I guess she was loosely sort of based on characters that I've played and on me, so it was sort of a I don't know.
Are you tatted up yourself? Or no?
I have a few, but mine are all hit. You can hide all.
You can hide them nice and easy.
Right,
yeah.
right, which makes sense. So, what is the process of trying to voice a character like this? Because really, you know, as an actor, there's so many things at your disposal, but here, really, it is just your voice. What do you have to focus on?
Yeah, well, they called me up. We talked about it. I got really excited about it really fast. I saw sort of a preview of the game and of Ruby, and it was hot to me. And we went in and we did the initial round of voiceover, and then we went in a few weeks ago and made it a little more M for mature with
Were you dropping F-bombs in the VO?
What
was going on?
They asked me to like smoke a few cigarettes and just really get it throaty and tough.
Awesome. Now, Patrick, we're seeing the game playing out here, and I'm seeing lots of slow motion, lots of gunplay.
Yeah.
What set this apart from other games? Like, I mean, I'm tempted to say Max Payne here, as I see the bullet time, but tell us about the gameplay in Wet.
I think the main thing is probably that seamless integration of guns, swords, and acrobatics all into one fluid system that players can go from one motion to another, like at any time during the game.
Can you shoot cigar-smoking monkeys in it as well? Like, is that how you got the M rating?
Yeah, that's near the end of the game. You get the Easter egg with the monkey there.
No, what's actually taking place in Wet? Who is Ruby trying to kill, and why?
Ruby's a fixer, so she works for different people. She takes contracts, and the game is actually called Wet because it's a derivative of Wet Works. So, you know, undercover missions that get messy, bloody, hands wet with blood.
Gun
exactly. That's her line of work, you know. So.
Now, this one is here. This is one of those special sequences that can be triggered by Ruby. Now, is this something that you build up to, and what do you do with it?
Yeah, we really wanted to work the grindhouse style of the game, like inside the actual gameplay of the game. So this is Ruby, like getting sprayed with blood and just losing it, snapping it, and just going all out.
Jump kicking off someone's chest and then plugging them in the head before
they
move
faster. They got some new abilities, and they can just charge like a bull seeing red.
Eliza, what sends you into rage mode here, other than 405 traffic?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Is there something you had to channel to voice something like this when she goes into rage mode?
Honestly, what sets me off is I grew up in Boston. I'm sort of a Boston driver. I get the road rage.
Okay. You get the road rage?
The road rage, especially in LA and on rainy days like today.
Yeah.
It really, people just forget how to drive.
And you see blood red and just start shooting at random cars? Is that how you deal with it?
And I have to do a lot of like talk down. But then I get to go in and voice something like this and just get all my anger released.
Nice and therapeutic.
Yeah, and not apologize for a damn thing.
Now, Patrick, one of the other big things about this is that you can hold a gun in either hand, and you can really aim with both guns and shoot two different enemies simultaneously.
Yeah.
How are you pulling this off?
I think that's one of the really innovative aspects of Wet, and the way we do that is actually as soon as you start taking to the air or doing acrobatics with Ruby, one of her arms automatically locks onto a target, so you're free to control just through natural camera controls, you can aim the manual reticle on the same target to pull off a headshot or kill two guys at once or shoot a chandelier or air conditioner, barrels, you know, things of that nature, and just shoot everyone inside.
So the environment.
If you hate that room decor, you have a way to get it out.
Yeah. Don't set Ruby loose inside an IKEA because nothing will survive. So you guys are making the environments interactive then in an integral part of the game?
Yeah, and we're building them in ways that the acrobatics really sort of flow together, you know, so poles linked to, you know, to ledges and zip lines and things like that. So it's really about keeping her moving and that fluid, constant, you know, killing on the run type packaging.
Eliza, have you had a chance to get your hands on the game or hear your character come to life while the game's being played out?
I just did today for the first time at E3, and it's really fun. And I also brought a friend of mine who's 14, and he's sort of the target audience, and he really likes it. So I think that's pretty telling. And I love the music too. You guys did a really cool thing with the 70s.
Brian LeBarton signed the music, and he did a tremendous job. We got some indie bands as well in there in the indie arenas when it gets all crazy. And it's a really good mix.
It's fun. It's tough. And I mean, I think there's something sexy about it. You know, there's something really kind of...
Yeah, about a hot chick car surfing, like ghost riding while she blows people away.
It's also a fantasy sexy because I don't think I would date her for fear for my life, but I would like to have the distance with the TV between me.
I'm telling you, I've met women like this on Facebook.
I don't know if
they do exist.
I think she's calling the shots.
Yeah, you're right. If she wanted to date me, I'm like, okay, I'll take it in and out. It's all good. Patrick, really quick, what is this sequence? Because now the gameplay's changed up somewhat right here.
It's like this really interactive shooting gallery where players control the shooting all in real time. Some of the navigation is handled through button prompts because we tried the other way and we tried letting players jump on the cars themselves, and it kind of broke everything because they were falling off all the time.
Semi-truck, like wall running. This is incredible and awesomely violent. I'm glad you guys went for the M on this one. When will this actually be on store shelves?
It's going to be on the store shelf this fall on both the Xbox and PS3.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for bringing it. Patrick, Eliza.
Thank you so much for going out.
That is what. I'm going to go into rage mode.
Yeah, right now. Before we go to rage mode, let's go to Kristen.
Okay, let's break something.
I am glad to see another game with a chick as a lead character.
I always love that.
Thank you.
Yes, an awesome chick.
Yes.
With the katana.
Yes. E3 is basically a glimpse, it's a glimpse too, and a glimpse of the future of gaming for the next few years. But if you can't wait that long for new titles, then don't miss X-Play's Summer Games Preview.
That's right, Adam and I will bring you previews of the biggest, most anticipated games that you can actually get your hands on this summer. Titles like Batman Arkham Asylum, Overlord 2, Champions Online, Madden 10, I know you want that one, and many, many more. Check out X-Play's Summer Games Preview, June 17th, only on G4.
Check out all the new G4TV.com/XPlay for updates.
Yes.
There's still tons more of E3 goodness to come. When we come back, we'll decide whether to cut some fools or pop caps in them when we demo Red Steel 2 for the Wii.
And then Nathan Drake has some more treasure to find, and we are going to help him out. We're going to go hands-on with Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Stay tuned.
Game Store employees have called in sick today.
We have over 20 hours jam-packed with exclusives, interviews, news, and demos you won't see anywhere else. Try, you won't.
We also have some pretty interesting camera angles, if you didn't see that.
Yeah, there's lots of booth babe
So
booty.
there's that, too. Coming up, we're about to go hands-on with Red Steel 2, and we'll probably get, dragged behind a motorcycle. It tends to happen in that game.
Cliff Blazinski's Shadow Complex will be on our stage, and we'll take this Xbox Live Arcade exclusive for a test drive.
Plus, our Uncharted 2 demo is also on the way. I know you're excited for that. Nathan Drake is treasure hunting again, and gotta say, looks prettier than ever.
And it is time once again to travel to a galaxy far, far away. We will walk on the dark side and check out Star Wars at the Old Republic. But first, let's check in with the bright side, Kristen Adams.
Yeah.
Thanks, Morgan. It's been a while since we've seen the Dead to Rights franchise, but Namco is set to change that. Dead to Rights Retribution will be out this winter, and you'll be able to catch up with Jack, Slate, and Shadow. They're also hard at work on Soul Calibur Broken Destiny for the PSP, as well as a host of other titles. Blair Herter is over at the Namco booth with more.
We're here at the Bandai Namco booth. I know everybody here is talking about Tekken 6, but that is not the only cool stuff they have. Check this out. I'm hanging with Nick Dixon. We are talking Dead to Rights Retribution. Now, Nick, you guys are actually rebooting it, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a reimagining of the franchise, and I kind of like to say it puts the boot in reboot. The way we tell it, we use very, very strict Hollywood principles, so it's very filmic. We go deep into the origin story, so you finally find out how these guys came together. The mechanics of the game, the gun combat, the hand-to-hand, they're no longer separated out into different levels. It's seamlessly integrated on the same control system. You can use it as you want to give you that emergent toolbox.
You've got a 200-plus pound dog in your game.
Yeah, we looked at videos of French police dogs at work. They run in, throw themselves over the bonnet of a car to an armed guy and take him out in the nastiest fashion. And that's what he does. He's the coolest AI dog you can have.
It's quite the adorable puppy you've included in this game. You guys are actually rewarding players with focus mode.
Sure, I think it's all about using the skills of the game. When you activate that, it deals extra damage. So if I've got a guys in my fight circle and I activate focus mode, I can throw a punch out to the right and to the left, and And behind me, I'll get to send these guys flying. And if I see a champion coming from the distance, take aim, do the headshot, and I'm going to massacre a lot of guys.
Great, man. Thanks for talking to us, Nick. Really appreciate it. Take care.
There's something to be said about using a gun and a katana. It's old school yet modern, deadly yet elegant.
Well put. Now, the first time we got to waggle both instruments of death was on the Wii launch title Red Steel. And with the sequel to be released at the end of this year, we thought we'd see how the addition of Wii Motion Plus makes skilling that much more enjoyable.
Yeah, so grab a blade and some ammo. We're about to go hands-on in this world premiere demo. Joining us on our stage, creative director at Ubisoft, Jason Vandenberg. Thanks for dropping by.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Complete with cane.
Thanks.
I like it.
Yes, easily one of the most stylish elements of the Ubisoft press conference. Jason right here. So, obviously, Red Steel was like one of those first forays that wasn't from Nintendo onto the Wii.
That's right.
It's been a few years. You guys are back. What's your approach this time with the game?
So we've really taken a whole new look at the franchise, and we kept the classic sword and gun gameplay, but we wanted to introduce a new setting, new location, new hero, and with the Wii Motion Plus, it's really changed the whole gameplay and brought it more close into a melee experience. It's pretty cool.
Now, I hear the game has been completely redesigned. How were you able to capture these visuals on the Wii?
Well, we've had a lot of experience working with that hardware. The team from Red Steel 1 is still core inside the team, and we've had all that experience and brought it forward. We've had a lot of years to really learn how to squeeze the most out of that hardware.
So you've been squeezing for the last year or so?
Hardware, absolutely. And we've changed our look some to a more graphic novel look, which has given us a little bit more horsepower.
Because we're used to the Wii looking a little more cartoony, and so
yeah,
this is more...
there's a little more room, and also it's a look that works really well for us.
Looks
it's more
fantastic.
exciting, more imagination.
Well, that sense of speed is really quite phenomenal right here in this part of the demo.
This is the beginning of the game here, where our hero's being taken through his worst day ever.
Yeah, I had this one day that was kind of like that, but even worse.
Is it perspective on the game from this perspective most of the time?
It's a first-person perspective, that's right.
Not from behind a motorcycle. You do fine.
Eventually you get free from the motorcycle. Yeah, that's right.
Now, obviously, the other huge thing about this game, which I think will benefit Red Steel 2 amazingly, is the use of Wii Motion Plus.
Absolutely.
What has that allowed you to do in terms of the gameplay?
It's changed everything, and it really has made the core experience of just slashing with that weapon, right? That has really become possible. We have no lag with the experience. When you swing that Wiimote, bam! It's immediate. It's immediately accurate. Also, it gives us one-to-one replication. As you hold the Wiimote like a sword, we can put the sword in that same position on screen.
That's
so
fantastic.
That lets us do cool things like
the
parrying.
blade starts to turn
The
with
blade
you.
can turn. That's right. Roman can show you here. As he turns the Wii Motion Plus, he can. He's bringing it. So that's our swinging
there
attack.
It is.
So what does that mean?
Turn it.
That's right. He can swing the. He's moving the Wiimote around like that. He can look at the edge of the blade, all according to how he's moving his hands.
And now, what does this mean in terms of how you're engaging in the combat? I mean, do you have to almost have the clarity of thought of someone who's actually in a sword fight? I mean, what is the AI going to do that where you're really blind?
Well, I mean, it's still a game. We want you to be having a good time. Absolutely.
Now, go ahead.
But we ask you to parry, right? When the enemies come forward and like this, you hold your Wiimote this way to block a vertical attack.
Yeah.
Hold it this way to block a horizontal attack.
There's a few tutorials in the beginning.
Of course. We give you lots of time to train you through. That's right. Bring you up to speed.
To hold a katana, you need some training.
Absolutely.
I know that.
That's right.
Now, how have you improved the action in the game?
Oh, the change to katana and sort of moving that sword forward has changed it from a shooting experience where there's a lot of sort of long-range combat. It's really brought the whole gameplay forward. So it's almost like a first-person brawler, like a first-person fighting experience. It feels like kind of a new genre in some ways. I mean, it's a little pretentious to say that, but I don't know. It feels right.
Everyone else is doing
You can say it. As long as you give us a date, then you can say whatever you want, in my opinion.
Oh,
no.
I can't do it. Holiday.
Early next year.
Well, at least not winter. Now, there is shooting in the game, so I do want to touch on this. How are you incorporating the gun this time? Because once again, your aiming is going to be improved with the Wii Motion Plus.
That's right, absolutely. So having the Wii Motion Plus gives us a lot more fidelity and accuracy. You can steer when you're not pointing at the screen, but also we want to keep that shooting gameplay core, right? So we've balanced it so that you're going to be using your sword a lot. That's sort of a core feature, but we also going to ask you to master the master the gun against different kinds of enemies. Some enemies will come at you and want to fight in melee. Some enemies are going to hang back and be more like, oh, you better use your gun against me, so we're going to ask you to do both.
Now, what types of enemies are we facing this time around?
So we've got different types. These guys that you're seeing here are they're sort of our introductory enemies. They're called jackals. They're sort of like biker thugs with a samurai flavor. Later on, you're going to meet
biker thug with samurai flavor.
I know exactly what you're speaking of. Exactly. There they are, right there.
So descriptive.
And then later on, you're going to meet tougher opponents, more like armored samurai, and then maybe there might be a ninja or two in there. As the game progresses.
Really, in a samurai-like game?
Yeah.
You're getting creative there, Jason. Now, I mean, is it fair to think that the way that you're going to interplay the gun and the katana, it's almost like there's a combo system?
Yeah.
That like you're accentuating your swordplay with the gun.
That would be cool. And that is exactly how we would like to do it. Yeah, you're going to have combos with your sword, and you're going to be able to mix it up by using your gun inside those combos at the same time. Anytime you want to put a gunshot inside of your combat, you just pull the B trigger, and then you can slash anytime. There's no inventory management moving back and forth, so you can really slash, bang, bang, and we have our combos that will increase your score and sort of the outcome and cash that you get from the combat based on how that goes.
So we're like with the desert, busy cities. Any other little areas of land?
We are set around the city of Caldera, the Nevada desert. We're also going to take you to some ghost towns. We're going to go into some mining areas and maybe some more exotic Japanese-style temples.
Nice.
And our world is kind of a East meets West modern mashup. We kind of took all those kinds of buildings and threw them all together in a bottle and shook them up, and that's our setting.
There it is.
Takeshi Miike actually made a video game. I think we're finally getting close to it.
There you
Jason,
go.
holidays when we're hoping to see the game.
Can I get a date?
No, it's holiday 2009.
I will take your cane, sir.
Oh, no, fall over.
I will take your
while
cane.
the slicing of violence continues. Jason, thanks for being here. E309 is going to continue. We're going to be talking to legendary Nintendo designer Shigeru Miyamoto.
It's my cane now. It's my cane. And we'll have an exclusive demo of Cliff Blazinski's Shadow Complex. Do not move. I'll take your cane. I will.
Jason.
E309 Live is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later.
That's right. There is no bigger event in gaming, and we are your ticket inside.
Shigeru Miyamoto is basically the grandfather of video games.
Yes.
We all know that. With credits like Donkey Kong, Zelda, and Super Mario Brothers, he's a pillar of gaming history.
Blair Herter spoke with the legendary designer earlier today to find out about his newest undertaking.
I am hanging out with David Young of Nintendo of America. I want to start off with, at the press conference, Reggie said, listen, this new Super Mario Brothers game is the game that Mr. Miyamoto has been waiting to make, and now it's here. Tell me about this game.
Exactly. We're really excited about new Super Mario Brothers Wii because if you're a veteran gamer, it's got surprises, it's got challenges for you, but it's got a 4-player mode. Despite your proficiency level, you can have a great time with this game.
Mario's not in 3D on this. It's kind of that old school goodness from back in the day.
It's inviting, so even if you haven't played for a while, you can pick it up and feel right at home.
The propeller hat, which is freaking sweet, and it uses the Wiimotes, and you waggle and you fly up in the air and then float down slowly. Is there anything else that you guys can announce to us?
Actually, there is another thing that I could talk about. It's the penguin suit. So you find the penguin suit in one of the ice levels, and it allows you more stability on the ice. But what's even cooler is you can shoot ice balls, and what that'll do is it will freeze enemies and allow you to make platforms out of enemies, so you can reach new levels and solve puzzles in different ways.
Now you've got the Wii Motion Plus, and you're shipping it with Wii Sports Resort here. So tell me about this game.
There's table tennis, there's wakeboarding, there's the sword fighting, there's frisbee. It's really easy to see as soon as you pick up the Wii Motion Plus what kind of value that adds and how that really works with the with the system.
Not only did you announce new Super Mario Brothers, but then you have a new Super Mario Galaxy 2. and we saw Yoshi running around.
Yeah, new Super Mario Galaxy 2 coming out next year as well. Introduce some new elements, lots of new puzzles, lots of new surprises, and yes, you can even pick up Yoshi while you're on your way.
Thanks for talking to me. Really appreciate it. I know you're a busy man, so.
Hey, my pleasure, my pleasure. Come by anytime.
Of course, we cannot talk Nintendo games without speaking to the grandfather of Nintendo awesomeness, Mr. Miyamoto.
Thank you so much for joining us today, sir. Really appreciate it. Always a pleasure to talk to you. And I have to say congratulations to you on finally, according to Reggie, finally releasing the Mario game that you've been working on, the game that you wanted to release for the Wii.
Yeah, you know, from the first Super Mario game, we wanted to put in multiplayer, and so it has been a 20-year journey.
Reggie said the number 4 was really important to you. 4 people, 4-player co-op. Tell me how that came about, how you decided to take it to that 4-player level.
Well, you know, fundamentally, Mario Brothers, of course, a 2-player game, but with Wii, we've got four Wii remotes. So we thought, you know, 4 is a better number. We can get entire families, large groups of friends. Again, something we wanted to incorporate as many people as we could.
Something that you guys have announced here as well. It wasn't at the press conference, but announced later on that you guys are, in fact, working on a new Zelda game. I know a lot of people, myself included, are very excited about that. Can you talk about that at all?
Yeah, usually when we come with a Zelda announcement, we come with a big announcement, you know, some video footage and all sorts of bells and whistles, but this time we're really taking a different approach to the development of the project, and so we thought rather than bring it out at the media briefing, it would be better, maybe more suited for a smaller venue like the Round Table, and all I can really say right now is that the team is working on all kinds of new and innovative gameplay.
You're also making a new Metroid game, and there are a lot of people that say, oh, Nintendo, they're just making games for kids because they want to sell as many units as possible. This Metroid game, kind of for adults. Tell me about this game.
As far as Nintendo goes, we are, whether it's Metroid or Zelda or any of the other game franchises, we are a collection of people who love to play games for gamers, and so we are going to continue to make games that everyone enjoys.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and thank you for making games for people like me and for everybody. Really. Thank you.
Thank you.
I caught that. Little Blair Herder bow. Very nice. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and by that I mean Austin, Texas, back in the mid-2000s, BioWare began working on Star Wars: The Old Republic. Well, I can say I saw it with my own eyes, and the wait is almost over, and soon we'll be able to delve into the ancient history of the Star Wars universe in this highly anticipated MMO. Allison Hayslip is visiting LucasArts to see just how seductive the dark side can be.
The ever-expanding Star Wars universe just got a whole hell of a lot bigger when you and a couple million of your closest friends experience BioWare and LucasArts' MMO role-playing game, Star Wars: The Old Republic. You guys are joining us from BioWare. We know you from Knights of the Old Republic, obviously. Is this game at all a continuation?
This game basically starts about 300 years after KOTOR does, about 2,700 years before the film.
What we were after was to make sure that we fulfilled all of the Star Wars fantasies that someone would want to play. That was much more important to us than fitting into some MMO cookbook.
You've actually created a really deep story in this as well, correct?
That's correct. Every class has its own unique story of several hundred hours of gameplay associated with it. It's pretty deep.
You assumed no force could challenge you. And now, finally, we have returned.
It's really engrossing in the fact that you can go one class and start the game over and have a whole new experience in another. So it's kind of cool that way.
Are you hanging out in any of the environments that we know from the Star Wars saga?
Absolutely. And we're introducing some environments that have never been fully realized in the movies before or in any game before. So you're going to see some very familiar planets, and you're going to see some planets you've never seen before come to life.
Planets like Hutta, which is where the Hutts are. And that's a cool planet.
The one thing that I've heard that's incredible that you guys have brought to this game is that it's the first MMO to be fully voiced. You have over thousands of voices in this game, correct?
Thousands of speaking roles, many hundreds of actual voice talent being used, and over hundreds of thousands of lines.
You were trusted to lead the Republic.
It may be the most VO ever done for anything, much less a game.
What made you want to take on a task so overbearing like that?
We're not that bright.
BioWare's known for its very emotional-based, story-driven games, and MMO was a very challenge for us because we know that everyone says, oh, you can't make a story-based game in an MMO. Well, we wanted to prove them wrong, and so we did fully voiced over to make that happen.
Your Republic shall fall.
When can we expect this game?
You know, as every traditional game of BioWare does, we're working to make sure it's right and have good quality.
Awesome. I can't wait for it. I want to dive into that Star Wars universe without, you know, being caught trespassing on Skywalker Ranch.
Hey, you with the lousy memory. Don't forget, you can see all the best E309 clips anytime, anywhere, right from your mobile phone, not the cordless one. Wireless phone. For more info, check out G4TV.com/mobile.
All right, there's even more from E309 coming up.
You lie!
When we return, we're going to demo Cliff Blazinski's Shadow Complex and we get him to stop playing peekaboo back there. You don't want to miss it.
It's so good.
Really, here.
Stick around, everybody. Press conference brought plenty of surprises, including the announcement by Cliff Blazinski that he is developing Shadow Complex for the Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, it features a ton of interesting new weapons and some giant environments. So let's go hands-on with the man himself right now.
Apparently Donald Mustard and Cliff Blazinski brought their fan club today. They're going nuts. Welcome to the show, guys.
Good to see you. We roll deep with our entourage behind us, apparently.
Yeah, that's all right. You roll deep.
Nice.
I like that. I like that. At least they're not cosplaying this time. Shadow Complex. You've always been talking about the shorter game experience. That yes, the 20 to 80-hour gameplay experience has its place in the industry.
Yeah.
But you said that you wanted to do something a little smaller, a little lighter, a little more pick up and play.
Honestly, it's a
quicker
combination of feelings. It's a combination of things. I mean, Donald, the team over there, always been fans of the Metroid series, right? So this is kind of almost like a gameplay spiritual sequel to that. And the campaign, it's not short. I mean, it's over 10 hours, which for an Xbox Live Arcade game is fairly long. It's got a lot of replayability. I mean, there's a lot of cool features to it. I mean, it's really, really solid. We're really excited about it.
No, that's really what we were going for. I mean, we loved games like Super Metroid and Symphony of the Night, and we were just like, what if we could take the best games and just make a totally awesome next-gen side-scroller.
Unabashedly 2D, which I love. Like, it wears its 2D roots on its sleeve.
I feel like this is like the Metroid sequel I kind of always wanted in a modern-day setting. The cool story about these revolutionaries who are trying to stage a coup. This guy Jason Fleming, his girlfriend gets lost. He finds this underground complex, uses these weapons against the enemies. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Well, the game is based on Orson Scott Card's Empire novel.
Yes, yes.
So how closely are you making it to the book, and what elements, if it's not closely, is it?
Well, it's cool. When Scott and I were deciding what we wanted to write for the novel, we sat down, we kind of laid out the arc of the series, you know, and we wrote the book one way, and then we made the game kind of follow parallel to the novel. And what it does is it really sets up the sequel to the book, which comes out this fall. Actually, we haven't told anyone that.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice. Well, there's an exclusive.
Got an exclusive.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Did you plan that? Was that a plan to make it come?
Yeah, no, we really wanted everything to kind of weave together well and kind of all integrate into each other really well. So if you've read the book, it'll really add to the game experience, but if you haven't, the game totally stands on its own and is a really fun experience on its own.
So, Donna, what are we seeing here? I mean, what's happening in Shadow Complex on our screens right now?
So Jason's just starting to realize that he's come across this huge underground facility, and that he and his girlfriend, who were just out hiking, found this place, and they just assume that you're like FBI or CIA or something, and they start to just brutally interrogate your girlfriend, and you start to realize that the only way you're
kind of hot. We got to upload this to the internet, right? Is that what's happening now?
The only way you're going to survive any of this is to like steal their stuff and then use it against them.
Well, what's that stuff? What are we stealing, Cliff?
I mean, there's all sorts of equipment. I mean, you start the game actually as another character who's fully upgraded. It's kind of that classic
That
Japanese
tease,
RPG
like,
thing.
here you go.
Here's how cool you're going to be. And then we strip it all away, and then you start off as an ordinary hiker with a flashlight. Then you start taking out these guys, you get guns, you wind up with a hook shot, you wind up with a triple jump, you wind up with a thing that allows you to go super fast and burst through doors. Foam gun you can create cover and make staircases with, all sorts of cool gadgets
sweet
and gizmos.
foam raids and
yeah,
put on some
absolutely,
Eurotechno.
just foam parties, man. People dropping E everywhere, it's wild.
Exactly.
That's Kevin's house,
It's a
actually.
sweet power-up.
That's
Hey,
right.
easy,
Carrera
allegedly.
Party cool fast.
Allegedly.
Cool that the abilities are kind of superhuman in a way.
Well, yeah, and the thing about the abilities is the abilities kind of act as keys, as they usually do in this genre. So when you find one of the missiles, it allows you to open missile doors. You find the foam gun,
That's
it
nice.
allows you to break
So
open
once you
certain kinds of
find it,
doors.
you're like, okay, how can I use this to unlock
And how
the
can I
next one?
exploit the world with it? You know, I mean, in a game like this, the world really is the main character.
Yep.
You know, so it just unfolds this huge kind of onion-layered, non-linear gameplay. You know, and in the game, there's over 120 power-ups to find. There's so much stuff to find. So many secrets we've hidden.
Good
We think
boss
people are-
battles.
Yeah, really cool boss battles. We think people are really going to love doing, you know, playing this game and just unraveling the secrets.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, in addition to the weapons, I'm seeing some close quarters combat here. What arsenal of moves is our character going to have?
It's pretty much a giant can of whoop ass. Yeah, and he
One
opens it on a
giant
regular
can.
basis. Well, the thing is normally he has some cool kind of almost Jason Bourne type moves, but once you get the suit
I was
upgraded,
gonna
he gets
say
this kind of like
Bourne earlier. I didn't
yeah.
want to throw
Well,
that in there.
that's okay. We're cool with that.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah,
that's
Bourne's
what it
not bad.
reminds me
Well, he
of.
does these like colossal like fist punches on the guys once he gets the suit fully upgraded and they go flying, and it's
No,
incredibly
we're like, what's cooler
gratifying.
than punching a guy? It's cooler like punching a guy like through a wall, 20
yeah.
feet away, right?
Yeah, are the
So-
environments interactive at all, or do they serve as a set piece?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a number of sections where there's these tubes, and if you throw a grenade into it, it shoots fire out and burns all the guys. There's wires hanging above the guys you can shoot, and they come down and they zap them. I mean, yeah, you can shoot them, you can beat them down, but it's always better to be more creative with that kind of stuff.
No, there's even one area of the game where you're shooting these pipes and the whole area starts to flood. And you're just drowning guys everywhere, and you come back and there's just this complete waste where you've flooded this whole area of the game, and now it not only does it change the world you've played in, but it's a permanent mark on the world that you've done by your gameplay.
Very cool.
Well, you know, you can feel your excitement and your passion about the game. It makes us get really excited about this game
I
too.
can't wait for it.
Donald, Cliff, thank you so much for stopping
Yeah, it's
by.
good seeing you guys.
Love everything.
So
Thank you,
check
guys.
out the game this summer.
This summer.
Live
There it is.
Arcade.
This summer,
Yes, this
Xbox Live
summer.
Arcade at Shadow Complex. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming on by. All right,
Thank you.
Kristen, what's going on?
All right, guys, yesterday we got the chance to demo Brutal Legend and hear the voiceover stylings of Jack Black. Another superstar that lent his voice to the project is legendary frontman of Judas Priest, Rob Halford. Chris Hardwick caught up with the Metal God to talk to him about his role as one of the villains and how he brought the brutal to Brutal Legend.
One of the joys of E3, you don't know who you're going to run into. I run into Rob Halford, and I've managed to corral you for a second,
My
Rob Halford.
first time at E3, this place is crazy.
It is great.
It's like a heavy metal show at full volume.
I was at the EA press conference yesterday when they showed a clip from Brutal Legend.
All right, I got a call. Would you be interested? Yeah, because I love this type of experience.
The other guys.
I'd never done this voice characterization before.
Yeah.
And I guess it's a little bit of an extension of what people know me for as the Metal God with Priest. To see it actually linked into that world, it's just amazing.
Ooh, what is that smell? Is that burning hair?
Are you jealous that you don't have flying hair like your character
Yeah,
does?
you see, I don't have the hair, but then he doesn't have the tattoos, you know, on the side of the head.
It's a great idea, and what a great star. I mean, it's you and Lita Ford and Lemmy and
Jack
Ozzy
Black.
and Jack Black.
Hell yeah!
A lot of the great things that you see at E3 start with an idea, with a dream, and then the greatest payoff is the interaction with the general public. Much like, again, what I do as a singer, you know, you're able to touch millions and millions of people.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Pleasure.
What's your website so people can, is it just metal?
Yeah, just go to robhalford.com,
Great.
and then you'll be off in a maze of metal.
Rob Halford.
If you guys can make E3 this year and are a little disappointed, we feel your pain.
I do. In order to make up for this, we'll bring you here virtually. So let's welcome the virtual audience.
All right, our old friend CD-ROM, he's back, and he wants to talk about Nintendo.
Yes, what's on your mind, CD?
Not much. I've got to tell you, I'm really, really psyched for Super Mario Galaxy 2. I remember talking to some of my friends about it last year, or not last year, before the first one came out, and some of us were like, oh, this game looks great, but the only problem with it is after it's a space epic, so after you're done with the space epic, people are going to be like, well, we're going to be waiting for the next Mario adventure, but there's not much you can do better than a space epic. So like the old saying goes, when you can't do anything better than a space epic, do space epic again.
Yeah, I gotta say personally,
You're big Nintendo.
yeah. Well, also Super Mario Galaxy. I know this is kind of anathema for some people, but best Mario game. So I'm saying
it
it.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
There, he just said it. It's okay. You're throwing it out. All right. CD-ROM, one more question. What do you think about some of the hardware they announced?
I'm going to be honest with you and say that I'm actually interested in the Wii Vitality gauge. A lot of people saw that yesterday and just immediately went, Vitality gauge? What is that? That's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I looked at it and I said, you know, that's actually an interesting thing. For me, I'm hyperactive, and you probably couldn't tell by looking at me. But using something like the Vitality sensor, if I was to use that on a day-to-day basis, it would personally train me it would train my heart rate. So I would basically be a better person if I used that day-to-day. It would slow, I'd adapt to having a slower heart rate. I wouldn't be as active all the time. I wouldn't be hyper jittery, hyper jittery, hyper. I'd just be, calm, be the person that everyone wants to be around and not talking all the time.
And maybe you should have it on now.
Well, I was thinking actually next year at the next Nintendo press conference, they should give the audience the Vitality sensor so that they might learn to kind of kick it up a notch a couple of times, okay?
That'd be good.
See, they all agree.
Thank you.
309 Live continues, so do the festivities.
Yes, thank you, CD-ROM and the virtual audience.
Oh, yes,
Now the Uncharted 2 Among Thieves demo is almost here. The treasure hunt begins right after this. Do not move.
Do not move.
Get it up, get it up.
E309 Live is brought to you by Coca-Cola Classic. Open a Coke and enjoy the show.
It's not well organized, but there is a chant going on. I think they're chanting at each other.
It's supposed to get the football hooliganism at E3. Football, whatever.
All right, let's talk Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. I love the first one, and Uncharted 2 is inspired by the adventures of Marco
Polo.
Thank you.
I found him.
Kind of like the game that you used to play in the pool when you were a kid, remember? But I think in this version, your uncle actually lets you keep your pants on, which is
wow. In the second installment of one of the PS3's biggest franchises, Nathan Drake finds himself tracing the famous explorer steps across the globe in a hunt for, well, what else? Treasure.
That's right.
Let's go hands-on and see if X marks the spot. All right.
Love this game.
Here to show us Uncharted 2 is Bruce Straley.
That's it.
From Naughty Dog. Give it up to Naughty Dog. All right? Yeah.
Bruce, game of E3 2009, is that what you're...
Hands down.
You came on the stage and you were pointing to the bleachers.
What
you were saying.
What else you got? What else you got? Come on.
Exactly.
Right?
Except for really 50 other
I'm bringing
games.
it to 2009 myself, but maybe in the century, but hey,
Okay,
hey,
all right, easy.
hey.
Modesty is Naughty Dog's virtue.
Right.
Okay, so what is Drake doing? What's kind of giving him his adventure in this game?
Drake's back. So Drake is on the trail of Marco Polo. He's found where the Lost Fleet has been swept by a tsunami into the island of Borneo. What he found there was that Marco Polo actually came from Shambhala at one point. As an envoy for Kublai Khan, he found a gem that's the size of a man's torso, a sapphire. So you can imagine Nathan Drake being like part adrenaline junkie, part historical detective. He's on it, right? He's on the case.
Yes.
Right?
I thought he was on a quest for the perfect pomade, because the man still looks amazing.
But wait a minute. We actually have like gel physics going on. The hair
I
actually
noticed that the hair moves this time.
We worked out the algorithm for that.
Forget story and gameplay elements. Let's talk about hair physics.
Yes, let's talk.
Finally, the PS3 powerful enough to emulate perfect follicles.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I got it.
With
power
regard to
the PS3.
physics. Now, in this demo, which is awesome, this was easily one of the highest points for Kevin and I.
Thanks, guys.
At the Sony press conference. How many different things are happening here that you're putting together to make this very, like, this experience?
Wow. Well, you can see, like, this is the most epic vista that you've ever seen. Like, the amount of polygons that we're pushing into, it's a 360 wide level. You can see the environment that you're traversing in. You start out down below, you get up to the hotel roof, you see the temple that you're actually trying to find off in the distance. You can see the mountains off in the distance where you're gonna head later on into the Himalayas. The trees that you just saw moving, all ragdoll physics trees, which is nuts. You have Drake's ability to move on moving objects now, so Drake, allies, enemies, everybody can move on moving objects. You didn't know that didn't happen last game, but what we're doing is exploiting the hell out of this game. So what you're about to see is just complete chaos unleashed using this new technology.
Now, it is so chaotic. I think we were both wondering, how do you know how to do all these things in the game?
How do you know? Well, we train you early on in the game, so you get very familiar with these mechanics, and then...
I mean, some people throw out the word linear gameplay as if it's a negative, it's some sort of pejorative, but here, are the levels as linear as Uncharted 1? Because the level of scripting that's going on, the immersiveness, I can't imagine you're giving the player too much freedom, because there's some grand stuff happening throughout this demo, I imagine throughout the entire game.
Yeah, sure. Well, to tell a good story, you need a linear game. Yes. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And we have a character-driven story, so we really have to pinch the player at certain points. But at other points, we really want to like expand. We've added a bunch of new traversal movesets, a bunch of new combat. Nice. We've layered combat onto traversal. So now our it's no longer just a courtyard. Now you're moving vertically.
I want to ask about that if I can, because it was in the first Uncharted, it was the sections were clearly delineated. This is a shooting section.
Right.
Now this is an exploring section.
Now it's all blurred together, and it's really cool because this allows us as designers to be able to lay in an enemy anytime. He can come in from below, he can come in from above, while I'm in the middle of brachiating across monkey bars. There's a guy down below, I can peek shoot and hit him on the
or
get
a
headshot.
Helicopter swinging into the scene to blow away the entire building you're in.
Right. Yeah, there it goes. I mean, here you have it. I mean, the crescendo of this whole moment. It's linear, but we can do this because it's linear in this one segment. Now, after this, you're going to get to areas we're going to open it up more, get it more into kind of a small sandbox of what we're calling wide linear areas. So Nathan has all these abilities, you as a player have all these abilities. He needs to overcome these great obstacles that come up in his path, like a good protagonist has to. You have to do the same thing.
Yeah, I want to talk about the animations, because this was, you know, when the first Uncharted came out, some of the best animations I had ever seen in a game. This is definitely on par, but you seem to have also gotten Nathan's kind of goofball, not 100% perfect character into those animations during the action sequences. I mean, am I crazy in thinking that you've done this?
Yeah, I mean, really what we were setting out to do is give you, the player, the playable summer blockbuster. It's active cinematic experience. I mean, that's really, I mean, movies have had like action genre, action too long, you know, and there's a passive experience, you're sitting back, we're giving it to you. That whole experience that you just saw play is all with you in control. That's the coolest thing. It's active cinematic experience.
Now, one thing we didn't see in that sequence, I mean, we saw like Drake making cover, which is a cool new feature.
Improv cover, sure.
Which I love it. But stealth, is there going to be stealth in Uncharted 2?
That's a kind of crazy word. There's action stealth in our game, because we want to give the player the choice. That you can come into a scenario however you want. So if you want to go out, you know, with the guns blazing, have at it. We got the great cover system. We've got great tight controls with the gunplay, everything. But we've also added action stealth. So if you want to crack some necks, take people around corners, drop down on them, etc.
Then it's always going to have an action element to it. Well, obviously, this is one of the best-looking games here at E3.
Truly.
I am so excited about it. Thanks so much for bringing it by. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, man. Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. Let's send that over to Morgan and Olivia.
Yeah, Bruce, thank you.
Next month, it's my favorite carnival. It's the San Diego
Comic-Con.
I love it. Have you been?
Yes, I've been once.
Oh, it's like the mothership calling me home. I love it. It is the 40th anniversary this year, and G4's own team of superheroes, Kevin, comic expert Blair Butler, and me will be there to bring you unrivaled live coverage of the fanboy mecca.
It is like our own little G4 Justice League. Minus the sexual tension between Wonder Woman and Batman, but we can find a way to work that in, couldn't we?
I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
I want that.
Yeah, you look good as Wonder Woman. Plus, in a TV first, we'll have a major Star Wars surprise, so exclusive, we can't even talk about it yet. It's that intense.
I asked, and they said we can't tell you.
You got nothing?
I'm like, I'm gonna be there. I'm part of it. I don't know.
They want us
see the surprise look on your face.
They should roll cameras.
Don't miss G4's Comic-Con 09 Live coming this July, only on G4.
So excited. Keep checking the all-new G4TV.com/Comic-Con for more Star Wars details. And do yourself a favor. While you're there, enter our G4 and Dark Horse Comics Ultimate Comic Contest.
I love contests.
Now there's more E309 on the way.
We will be right back.
That's a chant. That's a chant. All right.
That army that Kevin and I have been wanting, we haven't figured it out. But that makes it another day of E3 for the record books. It's not over yet. Tomorrow, just as big.
Yes. On our next show, they're still chanting. I love it. On our next show, we're going to pick up Ratchet and Clank and see what the future holds for our favorite duos in a crack in time.
Then put your quarters away. The arcade hit Fights. It's way into your living room. We'll demo Tekken 6.
And you'll see the next chapter in the Mafia series. We'll get a rap sheet that involves racketeering when we go hands-on with Mafia 2.
Plus, legendary skater Tony Hawk returns to the streets of the new skateboard peripheral and Tony Hawk Ride. It's all tomorrow night at 7. You seriously don't want to miss this.
Absolutely not. Guys, the show is wrapping up here, and we have an incredible day of demos and fans and random dudes playing Donkey Kong. But I got to shout out Uncharted 2 as my favorite of the show, because I loved Uncharted. This one looks bigger and better. Love the animations. What about you, Mom?
I'm going to go with the last one I saw, Shadow Complex. For some reason, it really
Shadow Complex
picked up on me.
does look great.
What about you?
I'm going to go wet because I always love a good tough chick game.
Absolutely.
Adam?
All right, Splinter Cell, because I've been talking about Splinter Cell nonstop.
And I'm Morgan with Matt with a 256-player teabag. I can't wait.
Great to have you back, Morgan. Thank you, G4 Chanting Squad. Guys, be sure to check out our website.
Yes, G4TV.com. Right. We're going to have an exclusive E3 2010 announcement at noon Eastern. Make sure to check that out, G4TV.com.
Bye, everybody.